Hi, welcome to the Heart Chakra Reach Out practice. This is an arm and shoulder opening practice with our heart chakra. Part of the responsibility of the heart chakra is that act of reaching out in receiving and reaching out in giving. And often when we start to build walls around our heart chakra and we block off that giving and receiving energy, we start to close in on this physical space. And in our day and age now, with all this technology that we work with, we operate within this 3-foot box in front of us. So we're always reaching downward and we're collapsing in on this energy center. So with that comes a physical wall being built that can bleed into energetics. So it kind of goes hand in hand here. And we just want to open up the physicality of our arms, chest, and shoulders so we can give and receive our energy more efficiently and receive from the world around us and make space for breath and make space through this center in our body. So for this practice, you'll probably want a blanket. We'll be seated for a lot of the time and then on our knees. We're not going to stand up for this practice. It's all done very low. And grab a strap. So I'll give you a moment to get that ready and then go ahead and meet me in a comfortable seat, rooted down through your sit bones, growing nice and tall through your spine, making space in between each vertebrae as you root down through the sit bones, root through the root, grow tall through the rest of the chakra system all the way up to the crown. Lift the crown of your head, keeping your neck soft and chin parallel to the earth as the shoulders draw down out of your ears and really anchor your shoulder blades onto your back. Take a moment here to come into your practice and connect to your breath. Close your eyes down, come out of your thinking and into your physical body. Noticing your breath as it is right now. Bringing your awareness into the space right at the center of your chest. Notice if this space feels tight or constricted. Notice how much or how little movement is happening in your rib cage. Perhaps imagine where your shoulders are in space. Imagine melting them down just a little further, making space across your collarbones. Giving your neck some space in between your ears and your shoulders. Begin to find that even conscious rhythm between the inhale and the exhale. Consciously allowing more air to fill you up and create the space within your physical body cavity. And consciously squeezing out the air, wringing your interior cavity out of everything old that sits within your lungs. Keeping that rhythm of breath, go ahead and open your eyes, and we'll start with some arm circles. Just float your arms up with your inhale. Exhale, floats them down, feeling a gentle stretch across the chest. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. Exhale, float the arms down. 3 more. Allow the fingertips to touch the earth now, drawing the shoulders down, making sure that your fingers are making contact with something here. If you find that your arms are very short, perhaps grabbing onto 2 blocks, or just really reach the fingertips down in an effort to make it to the ground. And from there, just some gentle neck circles. Draw the chin down towards the chest with an exhale. Inhale, right ear to right shoulder. Exhale, center. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, center. Gently with your own breath, couple rocks from side to side. Noticing the stretch along the top of the shoulder. Can enjoy the stretch of the neck here. And then gently allow the head to come all the way around. We'll go 3 times in each direction. Don't drop your head too far back. We don't want to crunch the neck here. Please excuse the loud trucks. I told them not to drive by my house, but they keep doing it. Reverse and go the other direction. Pause next time your chin comes down to your chest. Return your palms to your thighs and inhale your chin back up to neutral. Then we'll take the right arm across the body, grab onto the left elbow, or the elbow with the left hand. Anchor that right shoulder blade down onto your back as you gently guide your arm towards your left shoulder. Breathe deep into your deltoid. Perhaps your tricep or your armpit might start talking to you here. Keep that deep, even breath with the awareness in the heart center and the movement of the rib cage with the breath. One more deep breath here. And then gently release, switch sides, draw the left shoulder blade, plant it onto the back as you gently draw the left arm with the right hand towards your right shoulder. Returning to the breath. One last breath here. Gently release. Roll out the shoulders a couple times. Really bring the shoulders up into the ears and then pinch the shoulder blades together as you strongly pull them down your back. Interlace your fingers now and turn your palms towards me and really press your hands towards your screen as you anchor your shoulder blades together and back and push through the palms, stretching out your wrists. And begin to gentle seesaw. Bend one elbow slightly as you press through the opposite hand. Release, press both forward, and then switch. Getting into the wrists here, moving with your breath. Wrist and hands, giving them a little love. We have chakra centers on the palms and the feet as well. This is an exercise that starts to address the ones of the palms. Draw the palms now in towards the heart for a moment and then send the fists out, pressing the wrists towards the camera, and then doing the same thing. Gently bend one elbow, straighten and bend the elbow, and straighten. One more time each side. Then release and shake your hands out a lot and your arms. Let everything really flop around. Perhaps move them forward of you, to the sides of you, maybe up, down. Really shake out your hands and wrists and arms. And then come to slow it down. Rest your palms onto your thighs and gently roll out the shoulders again. Giving the shoulders a lot of love. I know most of you, especially the ones I've had my hands on, have very tight shoulders. So between each exercise, even if I don't cue it, feel free to take a couple shoulder rolls in between them. And this one can be a little harder than it looks. You're going to take your arms straight out from your shoulders, elbows in line with the shoulders, wrists in line with the shoulders, and press through your palms like you're Indiana Jones. Work to get your fingers pointed skyward as you send energy out both hands, and then root through the sit bones, lift through the heart. Stay neutral through the neck as you lift through the crown of the head. Send your breath deeply into your rib cage. Push the walls away, Indiana. You are strong. Whew. We're going to stay for 4 more counts of breath. Keep it long and deep. Arms straight, 2 more breaths. Push, push, push. One more deep breath. And gently relax the arms down. You can rest with just your palms on your thighs for a moment, or choose to take some shoulder circles, your choice. If your legs are starting to fall asleep, this might be a good time to straighten them out, give them a little wiggle. And if you'd like, which I'm going to choose to do, I'm going to switch my position now to sitting on my knees. You can stay in a comfortable cross-legged position. You can move onto your knees, your choice. I'm going to make a little shift here. And then grab your strap. You'll want to grab the metal edge so it's not flopping around to smack you in the face. And I'm going to loop mine together. That's not necessary, but it does help keep the strap behaving itself. Okay, so grab your strap so that your arms are wider than shoulder width. And we're going to move with the breath. With an inhale, you're going to lift the arms up. Exhale as the arms come back behind you. So you want your strap to the point where you can keep your arms straight. You don't want to be doing any of this cheating nonsense, right? So I need to, my shoulders are very tight. The loop was a bad idea. So I need to go a little wider for myself. You may need to make some adjustments here too. So the movement looks like this. It's inhale as the arms come up. Exhale as they stretch down behind you. And be mindful of your spine. I just caught myself doing it. I'll turn to the side here to show you. So you want to keep your spine long, that long line of energy up and down the spine. All of your chakras aligned, root down through the sit bones, because as you come back, right about here, my tailbone, I'm exaggerating, but my tailbone wants to shoot out and my heart wants to shoot forward. We want to stay anchored in the body and allow this movement to be through the shoulders and arms alone, right? Okay, we're going to move through 10 rounds of this. I will keep track of my own breath, and I will stop us when my rounds are done. So ready, begin. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale as the arms come down behind you. Inhale, bring the arms back up, straight arms. And exhale, lower. That's 1. And you may find as you move through these that you can shorten your grip to maintain a sense of stretch. I have 4 more. And the last one. Allow the strap to rest down across your lap, Place your hands down. Take a moment to notice the difference in opening through your entire arms and across your chest. And then grab your strap again. I'm going to turn to face away from the camera so you can see what I'm doing. You're going to take your strap first in your right hand and drop it back behind your body. Again, being mindful of the arch in your lower spine, and draw your elbow as close to your head and ear as you can physically get it there without causing yourself wincing pain. You may, for a moment, take your left hand across the elbow and set yourself up. And then take the left hand down behind you and grab onto the strap, opening up through the shoulder. Anchor through the sit bones. Push back with the back of your head into the forearm of your right hand, opening through the chest. And breathe deeply into the armpit and tricep of your right arm, and across the front of your deltoid, shoulder, and chest of your left arm. If you have the openness here to grab fingertips to fingertips, feel free to interlace or hook onto yourself. We're here for 4 more deep breaths. And then as you feel ready to release, just let go of the strap with your right hand. Bring your arms out wide. Send your back of your hands back towards whatever is behind you. Open through the chest. And then we'll switch sides. The left arm comes up. Perhaps the right hand guides the elbow of the left arm into position as you drop the left fingertips behind your back and begin to feel a stretch along the triceps of the left arm. You may notice one side is significantly tighter than the other. And then reach back behind with the right hand, grabbing the strap wherever you can. Oh, where is it? There it is. Push the head into the forearm of the left arm. Creep your right hand up as far as you can. And breathe deeply into the armpit and tricep of the left hand and across the chest and deltoid of the right arm. We're here for 4 more deep breaths. Last breath. And release the left hand. Allow the strap to come down around. You won't need it anymore. And then find yourself on hands and knees. I'm going to set my blanket across to help my knees relax here. Maybe straighten out the legs for a moment, pushing back through the heels. We've been seated for a long time, whether you were sitting back on your heels or in a cross-legged position. It may feel good to open the channels of the legs here for a moment. And then walk your knees towards the back of your mat so that your hips are directly on top of your knees, and then take a big step forward with each of your hands. We're moving into puppy pose here. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, melt the chest down, keeping the hips lifted, stacked over the knees. If you have the flexibility and you do not have neck problems, you can rest your chin on the mat for a deeper opening, or just work towards melting the chest down. Sending your breath again into that heart center, feeling the movement of your rib cage. We're here for 10 breaths. See where you can soften in your body. Soften and surrender as you're reaching forward and melting down. Two more breaths. Walk one hand in under one shoulder, one hand in under the other. Maybe shimmy your knees under you as you roll up, back onto hands and knees. And then find tabletop. Draw your belly button in, wrists directly under shoulders, knees directly under hips. With an inhale, peel the left arm open, spiral the heart around, look up towards your fingertips. Exhale, draw your belly button in towards your spine, send that left hand underneath the right elbow, melt your rib cage down. You can keep your right hand either right in front of your face, or perhaps walk the fingertips to extend. The arm extends and reaches out above you. Or you can wrap your right arm behind your back, reaching for your left hip. Whatever level of openness you feel is appropriate for you today. And then send your breath back into the rib cage. Feeling the movement of the rib cage with each inhale and exhale. Allowing the breath to make space within you in whatever position you have chosen. Place your right hand back in front of your face and use the strength of your right arm as you inhale, sweep the left hand all the way up. Looking up towards the fingertips. Exhale, places the left palm back down. Inhale, straight into the other side. Sweep the right hand up, gazing at the fingertips. Full inhale. Exhale, squeeze the belly button in towards the spine as you send the right arm under the left armpit. Melt the right shoulder down. And then find your position with your left hand. And turn back towards your breath. Send your breath into the spaces that feel constricted. Notice where you may unnecessarily be holding on to rigidity or stiffness. Walk your left hand back in front of your face, using the strength of your left arm to push you up as you sweep the right arm up. Exhale, place the right hand down. Walk your hands forward, shifting forward onto your knees. And a baby chaturanga here with the knees down. Turn the elbows in so that they will graze the rib cage as you lower down. Allowing the legs to soften now against the mat. And place your elbows now directly under your shoulders. And then as you plant your shoulder blades onto your back, traction your elbows towards your hips as you lift and open the heart. Spread through the collarbones, keeping your neck neutral and the opening through the chest. Here in baby cobra, sphinx. This is sphinx, sorry. Keeping your belly button drawn up towards your spine. As you press the tops of your feet down, notice what that shifts within you. So you're not hanging on your joints. You're allowing the other chakras, the other areas of your body to do their work so that the chest and the heart can remain open and lifted. One more deep breath here. And as you exhale, lower down. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck your toes. Inhale as you push up through plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths here in downward facing dog. With an inhale, sweep the right leg high, keeping the hips squared. Exhale, draw the belly button in towards the spine, curl the knee towards the nose, and plant the right foot between the hands as you soften the left knee and left toes down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Deep lower lunge. Find the opening and space in the front of the left hip. Allow yourself to melt through the hip here. Lift the arms, spiral the pinkies towards one another as you send the shoulders back and the armpits forward. Broaden through the collarbones. Anchor through the front foot. Melt into the hip crease of the left leg. Send your breath into your rib cage. One more deep breath here. Exhale as you plant the palms. Come up off the back knee and sweep the right leg around to find downward facing dog. 3 breaths here in downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal out your legs. Inhale, sweep the left leg high. Keep your hips squared. Exhale and curl knee to nose. Plant the left foot between the hands as you soften the right knee down. Anchor through the left foot with an inhale. Sweep the arms up, deep lunge. Melting into the hip crease of the right leg. Spiral the pinkies in towards one another. Open up through the armpits and the chest. Send the breath into the rib cage. Energy through the left foot as you melt into the right hip. One more deep breath. Exhale as the palms come down. Inhale, come up off the back knee, and exhale, downward facing dog. Lower onto both knees, and then come to stand on your knees. Moving into camel pose here. This takes a lot of opening of the entire front body. You can do one side at a time. Actually, that's what we'll all do. So tuck the toes under. If you have blocks, this is a great pose to have your blocks on hand. But for the sake of today, we don't really need them. Start with your hands at your heart center. Connect to your heartbeat. And imagine a radiance coming from this area within your body. The color of the heart chakra is emerald green. In your mind's eye, visualize an emerald green light radiating from this space. And as we move through this posture, imagine sending that light around your entire body and then out into everything else that surrounds you. We'll keep one hand here at heart center. As you inhale, sweep the left arm high. Send your hips forward and look up towards your fingertips. Coming back to center, bring the left hand to meet the right. Inhale, send the right hand high, hips go forward, looking up towards your hand. Right palm comes to meet left. And then bring your palms like you're putting your hands in back pockets. Really push your palms into your lower back, the top of your ribs, into your pelvis, across your sacrum, and push your hips forward. Draw your elbows together and the shoulder blades down the back. From this place, lift through the heart. Radiate that green light out. Keep your breath deep. Keep pushing your hips forward as you lift your heart and your chest out away from your hips, imagining lengthening, creating space between each vertebrae as you gently arch backwards. Send your breath into your rib cage and your belly. If you feel like you have the openness and flexibility to do so. You can place one hand down onto your right, like say you take your right hand down to your right heel and lift your left arm high again towards the sky as you send your hips forward and your heart up. Listen carefully. Belly button comes in towards the spine. Strength of the core. Bring yourself all the way back up. Float the hands down. Place your hands back into your invisible back pockets. Center on your breath. Begin to send your hips forward as your shoulder blades descend down your back. Elbows pull towards one another. Heart lifts away from your hips. Space between the vertebrae as you gently guide yourself back. You can bring your left hand to your left heel. Send your hips forward. The right arm comes up, gazing up and back towards the fingertips. Breathing deeply into your chest and your belly. That sense of radiance. One more deep breath here. And with an exhale, the belly button pulls towards the spine as the core pulls you back up. Soften the toes. Exhale, float the arms out to the side as you gently find yourself in child's pose, resting the forehead down. Back of the hands come to rest on the mat behind you. Breathing deep into your back body. One more deep breath. And then as you feel ready, curl up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Come up off your blanket. I'm going to fold my blanket and set it off to the side. Find your way onto your back. Walk your shoulder blades underneath you. And then bring your hands like a diamond shape under your sacrum. Curl onto the top of your head as you walk your elbows slightly underneath you, finding fish pose. Open through the throat, pressing the chest up with the elbows pressed firmly against the earth beneath you. Send your breath into your throat and your heart space. Push strong into your elbows as you come off the crown of your head, gently lowering down. Release the hands from underneath the sacrum. Allow the palms to turn up as the arms float away from the sides of your body. Heels come to the edges of your mat, toes splay out. The ultimate act of surrender here in Shavasana. Allowing yourself to just be. I invite you to stay in this Shavasana for as long as you are comfortably able. And when you feel ready, honor yourself for showing up for this act of self-care and self-love today, as I thank you for practicing with me.